On today's Code Bet Daily, we are looking at a whole mess of sports because that's what we do on Code Bet Daily. I'm talking about a whole bunch of player props, best bets and game picks for the NBA playoffs. Alex, what do you got?
I have a look at the two Champions League games tomorrow morning and look ahead to Saturday in the AFL. Who's going to kick it bag? You better tune in.
Oof, don't mind kicking a bag, I tell you that much. It's Code Bet Daily, it's game picks, best bets, player props each and every day. You better listen because it's really good. Welcome to Code Bet Daily. It is Wednesday.
Yes.
Hump day. There you go. That's, I think, April 19. Let's say it is.
Yeah.
Episode 92 of this here program, Code Bet Daily. I am your host, Jaymz Clements. I'm the editor of a very good website called
Code Bet.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got it in one, Alex. Well done.
Call things by their names.
That's it. Codebet.com.au. Go check it out for all your punting needs. What is it? Odds comparisons, betting analysis. Stats Guy is currently at the back of the woodshed being taken care of by his parents, I think.
Yep. Busted ankle. No more Stats Guy.
Just take him at the back.
Retired from third div Essendon football after one game.
Pack her up, boys. Pack her up. That's what you get for playing a 5'2" bloke in the ruck.
This is what you get for playing footy when you're over 25 and you're not a professional.
I'll pay that. So it's just myself and, of course, other Code Bet content creator, the esteemed Pont of Punting, Alex Donnelly.
Hey, I'm here. Happy to be here.
Good job.
Yep. Handballed a few things this morning. Like, yeah, Stats Guy can do that. He's at home.
Yeah, he's got plenty to do. I'm so tired. I got just woken up by just not the squids this time. I'm just absolutely ruinated today. But she's all right. What are we going to do on this here program today? We're going to do what we always do. Codes, betting and daily.
Yep.
Best bets, player props, game picks, all the good stuff. I'm just going to stick in my lane. Absolutely just festooned.
Does it just play that same song again for the next 3 weeks with you?
It is. It really is.
Cool.
NBA playoffs. I'm just like a pig in its own muck, just rolling around.
I can't tune out like I usually do. I'm going to have to pay attention today because you and Stats go back and forth. I'm like, just yell at me when you're ready, guys.
Nice one. Well, we've got player props, the game picks, the best bets. I'm just going to do all 3 NBA playoff games tomorrow. There's an absolute plethora of games. What I'm really liking is the way that they're splitting them up.
Yep.
There tends to be like one dud game, but 2 absolute belters. It's
the dud's in the middle, isn't it?
The dud's tomorrow, the later one.
Okay.
But either way.
Give us something to yell at on the TV.
Exactly. What are you looking at today, Alex?
I got some Champions League and some AFL, leaning into some more goal kickers, as I usually do. It's one of my favourite things. Big men kicking goals. I enjoy it.
Is it just Jeremy Cameron bets?
It's actually not. There's a change up this week because that game just feels like it's a long way away Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm looking towards the early Saturday game.
Nice one. Just start, picking up all your bets for like what, Monday night?
I was going to say,
night,
I can't wait to give you a Jack Rewalt bet, which is a week away.
That is chaos. I love it. Right, let's get into it. Player props, easy ones for me. NBA, I love my my PRAs, the points, rebounds, and assists. The second game tomorrow is Bucks Heat. Giannis Antetokounmpo with his back injury. Looks like he's listed.
Is it from carrying that team for like the last decade?
Well, it's more about Kevin Love taking a charge and flopping at the same time.
Yep.
And Giannis then having nowhere to sort of land or nothing impeding his fall, which is
probably not ideal on a hard court.
It's pretty tough, and it's one of the dumbest debates in the NBA. We should ban taking charges. It's like, yes, we should definitely just lean everything towards the offense even more. It's the dumbest thing, and it only gets brought up when somebody gets hurt. Yep. It's like, yeah, we should ban, I don't know, jumping up for a jump shot then.
Because you could literally break your ankle or snap your Achilles.
But Giannis sort of bends over backwards, hurts his lower back. Bit of a tough one. The Heat go absolutely spare in game 1. They hit the most threes I think they've hit all season. Well, at least they shoot the best percentage they've shot all season from downtown. It leaves the Bucks basically having to win game 2. I think they will. I'll get to that later.
Okay.
But they've still got 2 stars. They've got Jrue Holiday. They've got Chris Middleton, a.k.a. he's a Kate, not a Pipper.
Okay.
He was a Pipper.
But he went to Kate.
They won the title. He's now a Kate.
Okay.
Checks out. Jrue Holiday, though. He's a man who had a 50-point game this season. Middleton looked really good in game 1. I think it's Jrue's game to step up in game 2 because this Heat team defensively, I think they can cover Middleton pretty well with like their sort of weird mid-sized dudes. Jimmy Butler and co. also stepping in there. But Jrue Holiday's a dude who can just get off the leash. And I think the points, rebounds, assists for him tomorrow easily. The 40-plus smashes. He can get 30 points, no hassles, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, off he goes, smashes that one. That's $2.50 to go over the 40 points, rebounds, assists. So I'm all over Jrue. I'll give you a bonus one. Desmond Bane when the Grizzlies take on the Lakers tomorrow. Can I do the Bane one again? Desmond Bane. I'll just keep doing it. Desmond Bane. There you go. Over 24.5 points. Without Ja Morant, we don't know if Ja's going to play or not tomorrow. He's got a bung hand.
From doing what?
Not shooting a gun.
Or throwing money in the strip club?
No.
Okay.
This was because he landed on it. It looked like it hurt a lot.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Bane, though, averages 22 points without Ja in the lineup this season. And he's had, I think, out of his last 10, he's probably gone over that 24 mark. I think at about a 60% clip.
Yep.
He crushes it. He's awesome without Ja. He just has that little bit more responsibility on offense. There's 2 bets here I like. The over the 24.5 points, that's $1.95 with Ladbrokes. 3+ threes. How's he going to get to that? By hitting threes. That's at $1.62. I love it. He's a sharpshooter. He's going to crush it. Give me all the Bane I can get tomorrow against the Lakers. The Lakers, I think, were lucky in game 1. I think they'll take the foot off the gas a little bit in game 2 when it starts getting away from them.
Yep.
I think Bane crushes it. So I love me some Bane. Can't wait to watch that game tomorrow, though, just to watch the Lakers fans get all up and about. Goes, we're gonna sweep the Grizzlies and then lose game 2. So Alex, what about you with your player props?
So the early game on Saturday, I don't know who's covering this one. I think it's Stats Guy.
Is this AFL?
Yes, this is AFL.
Jeez.
So looking right ahead here, Port Adelaide taking on the West Coast Eagles at the Adelaide Oval.
Sure.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm very glad I'm not previewing that game. But I'm looking at a power forward who kicking goals, and it's not Charlie Dixon.
Oh.
It is Todd Marshall, legitimate goal kicker. His goals in the last 2 weeks, he's only kicked a couple, but he kicked one against the Swans from the pocket when he shouldn't have got a free kick. I'm absolutely fine with it still.
Did he kick a drop pun?
Yes, he did.
There you go. That's why you're fine with it.
No, I'm not fine. It actually cost the Swan. He actually, he went for the mark and Dane Rampy just stood there and went, yeah, you're 6'6", but I'm stronger by just standing here. And the umpire's like, nope, it's a block, even though it was a marking contest, but whatever. But then he kicked one against the Western Bulldogs on Saturday night.
I'm glad to see you put it behind you.
Yeah, I'm so happy that 2-point loss to the Port Adelaide. Anyway, he kicked one on Saturday night against the Western Bulldogs from a similar point, but as we saw in that game, it was teeming with rain. Really tight struggle. He just slotted it. He never looked like missing it and just did some digging. He's kicked 4 goals against Brisbane in round 1 when they absolutely smashed the Lions. But you look at his stats at the Adelaide Oval last year and you go back through some of the games.
I don't remember him doing that at all.
Yeah, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've wiped that from my brain.
I know. I've wiped that game.
He kicked 4?
Yeah, he kicked 4 against Brisbane.
Jesus. All right.
But so the Adelaide Oval last year, he kicked 4 against the Swans. In the 2 games against the Adelaide Crows in the showdown, he kicked 5 and he kicked 4. He kicked 5 against the West Coast Eagles and he kicked 4 against the Suns. Comes up this weekend against the West Coast Eagles who are just so on demand at the moment. You saw when Geelong just were for 10 minutes like, yeah, we'll take this seriously now. And West Coast had 4 possessions in 10 minutes. It was chaos.
It was a bloodbath.
So with no Jeremy McGovern still not in because his hamstring is just absolutely stuffed, he can bag a lot of goals here because a lot of attention will go towards Charlie Dixon because you think of Port Adelaide, oh yeah, Charlie Dixon up forward. You don't really think of Todd Marshall too much. I'm all over the 3+ goals at $2.15. You're 4+ at $3.90, 5+ at $8.25. If you really want to get keen, because Port Adelaide, they've found form and they could just go pedal to the metal here, $21 for 6 goals plus.
Not bad.
Todd could have an absolute day out here. And the thing is, the bloke doesn't miss. Watch him kick 3 goals, 7 now that I've said that. But he's a sharpshooter. Dead set, anywhere within the 50, drop punts, just magic. Love this bloke, kicking a lot of goals. West Coast will get absolutely pumped by Port Adelaide and Todd Marshall.
Do West Coast stay in Adelaide for this game?
They didn't. Social guy Leo was telling us that they went home even though they played Sunday afternoon.
That seems absolutely
But you know what,
ridiculous.
AFL? It's unfair to West Coast and they need another home game to make up for this.
We'll do a gather round we'll do it in Perth.
Yeah,
Off we go.
We'll go over to Narrogin. We'll play a game somewhere else as well.
Then we'll do a gather round in Brisbane.
Yep.
And we'll do one in Sydney. Well, let's just do one in New Zealand.
Everyone seemingly forgets that this is an extra round of footy. All the clubs are getting $500,000. Shut up. Yeah. Also, West Coast, you suck.
It's literally
an extra home game is not going to help your season.
It is the most nothing debate because there's nothing to. They get a free extra home game. So
yeah,
it's like every Victorian club
every
plays in Victoria.
Every Richmond game away is at the MCG.
The G. It's like, what are you talking about? That's basically home.
Yeah, anyway. Dream time at the G this year. Essendon are the home team. All right, still Richmond's home ground.
But 6 goals for Todd Marshall. You're calling it done.
Yep, done.
Lock it in. All right.
Good luck.
I like this. The only worry I have with that is that the Eagles did sort of turn it on late, and the Port,
but Geelong were just
Geelong took the foot off the gas.
Thanks for not kicking 4 goals in the last quarter.
Do you
Geelong.
feel like Port? I think the key thing for you here on this one might be that Port aren't as good as Geelong overall.
Yeah.
And it stays that little bit closer, and Todd has to keep booting majors.
And it's also like that.
I don't mind it.
Rosie Butters and Jason Horn-Francis put put the foot to the ground and
So
just absolutely charge.
What was the 4 goals?
So the 4 goals was $3.90, 5 $8.25, 6 goals was 21. That's all with Ladbrokes.
They're $3.90. It's not even. It's not. I'd rather that a little bit longer.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
But it's also like it's West Coast. Geelong kicked 21 goals against
And
them.
Jeremy
without
Cameron
really
did threaten to kick 12 at one point. So.
Yeah, but he kicked 4, and that was the only time he tried. Well, but actually, side note, Radigalea had 14 touches in the first half when West Coast were trying. And someone I saw had 15 plus possessions at $8. He didn't touch the ball in the second half.
No. Shattered.
You're like, surely you get 1.
That's a bad beat.
That's a horrible
Match/game picks. I think what I'm going to keep doing throughout these playoffs is just go with the over-unders for the match game picks because it's a good way to quickly touch on each of the games before I give an actual pick in the best bets. Lakers-Grizzlies, I'm going to go over in this one. We've seen the last game went over. I think even without Ja Morant, the Grizzlies will be very much like, well, the best way to beat the Lakers is to outscore them in this one. The Lakers got a lot of free points essentially last game from the likes of Rui Hachimura. And
it's a ripping name.
It isn't. He's got an amazing name. He had an amazing game. And like Austin Reeves is a gun, don't get me wrong. LeBron, AD. I think we get a little bit more of the clamps from the Grizzlies. They get on an absolute offensive role. We've seen them do it without Ja before. I think that goes over. It's $1.90 with Bet365. The over 226.5. The Grizzlies, I think the weird thing about the Lakers is a lot of their away games did go over. So they've got a half-decent defense, but I think they're still content to at least score with teams. So if you think about the 226, that's still only like 115, 114 you've gone over. So like it. Heat, Bucks, under, 100% under, 219, pack her up, boys.
Yep.
The Heat dropped 130 in game 1. That is not going to happen again. It's like the best like offensive game they've had all season.
Yeah.
The Bucks will put the clamps on them. This is literally the best, I think, in terms of defensive rating, the Bucks are right there at the top. They're going to give just the Heat offense absolute hell in this one. At game 2 at home, Bucks have to win it. They'll clamp them down. Under 219, $1.90. And Minnesota-Denver, again, we saw Minnesota just completely come up empty in game 1. The over-under is still 223.5 for this. I think this is a much more dour affair. Minnesota only got to, I think, 80 in game 1. That's not good. Denver smashed them.
Yeah.
I think the same thing happens again. So I'm going the under 223. That's $1.87 with Ladbrokes.
Cool.
So that's 1 over, 2 unders. Don't like that. I'd prefer McGovers, but that's all right.
The only time I like betting the under was on the weekend, Port Adelaide and Western Bulldogs, because it was raining sideways. It was 160.
Like it. What about you for your game bets there, Alex?
Yeah, looking at the Champions League, the second of the quarterfinals, the 2 games are tomorrow morning. So the one I'm going to look at here is Bayern Munich versus Manchester City. It's in Munich after Man City.
It's like 5 a.m. tomorrow?
Yeah, 5 a.m. All these games are at 5 a.m. They've had their daylight savings kick in and we've had ours. So now instead of 7 a.m. games, they're 5 a.m. games.
Come on, City.
Yeah, so Man City lead 3-0. After the first leg, and importantly, City have only lost one of their past 20 games against German teams in the Champions League, which seems an insane record.
Don't mention the war.
Yeah, and in and in knockouts, they are unbeaten in 9 with 8 wins and a draw. So obviously, so it's a ridiculous record. But this is the thing that scares me as an Arsenal fan. City in their last 6 games have scored 27 goals.
I'm no math magician, but that seems like a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of goals.
That's over
in 6.
That's over 4 a game. It's basic. It's bang. It's. I don't like it. I don't like it at all because we have to play them next Thursday.
EPL titles aren't won in September, there, Alex.
No, they're not. They're won in friggin' April, and
Tough
we're
scenes.
slipping. And they've only conceded 3, so that's the biggest worry.
Yeah,
They're
not
leading
bad.
27-3 in their last 6 games.
Not a
they're
bad
$2
aggregate. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
$2.40 to win the game. I think that's a great bet. Bayern they're a bit all over the shop at the moment because Leroy Sané and Sadio Mane got in a literal fight last week, and Mane punched Sané, and then they've been beaten in the local league since they sacked Nagelsmann. It's like, oh yeah, why'd we do that again?
Right.
Because we didn't want Tottenham to get Thomas Tuchel. It's really weird how that all went down. But anyway, Manchester City are going to win this game. $2.40, but for them to win in over 2.5 goals in the game, $3.20, over 3.5 goals, because the thing is, Bayern have to come out swinging. They have to come out swinging. But City to win in over 3.5 goals is $5. This could be a bunch of fun. Some of the games we saw this morning were a bit
Yeah.
but the other game tomorrow, which I'll talk about later, also looks a bit
So like 3-1 Manchester or something in a way you go.
3-2 or something like that. I think, the
$5, pretty good.
way City have played the last month, they're going to win the title, and I hate it.
I love it. I love it. Best bets for tomorrow. Let's do these. I'm just going to rattle off the games. There you go. It's the Lakers-Grizzlies game. Simple. Grizzlies, -1.5. They're going to win game 2.
Yep.
They are the best team in the NBA at home this season. They dropped game 1. It was like a weird mix. Like the size of the Lakers really just sort of stepped up, beat the Grizzlies. Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. played his little behind off, but it wasn't quite enough. They lose Jar. It sort of throws them for a loop. Now they're going to roll. Grizz -1.5. I talked about that over as well. I'm going to combine those. It's $4.10 with Ladbrokes. So if you go the -1.5, you want the Grizzlies to win, give me the over 226.5. Boom. Grizzlies roll $4.10. Miami at Milwaukee. I love it. Milwaukee to win and both teams to score 120.
Yep.
No.
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 We're not going to score 120, both of us. No, we're not. Miami aren't going to get to 120. That's $1.44. Hook me up. Love that one. I think in terms of the favoritism there, I'd also look at Milwaukee pretty hard. They are currently, let's have a look.
So if this is a Milwaukee win, 120 to 100, this cashes.
100%.
Okay.
It's $1.44. It's like pretty low.
Can
But
Milwaukee win 100 to 80 or something and you still win?
they can,
Yeah, as long as you win and
Milwaukee
neither
to win.
scores, yeah.
and as long as they score 120, but Miami don't.
Okay, so they
That
have to score
wins.
120.
So
Right.
boom.
Okay.
There we go. I like that a lot. And the line itself is just -6. I think Miami actually could keep that a little bit closer. So give me the +6 for Miami at $1.90. I don't mind that actually.
Yep.
And then because it does sort of like it's attempting to sort of go, oh, Milwaukee will come out and smash them. Miami can't score enough. I'm just more about Milwaukee to win and both teams to score 120. No.
Okay.
Love that. Boom. Minnesota, Denver. This is a smashing. Absolute smashing. The line is -8. That's $1.90. Give me the -10 alternate line, $2.20. I think the Nuggets just put the absolute hurt on
It's
Minnesota.
not ideal in playoffs.
They've got Rudy Gobert. They've got Karl Anthony Towns. They've got the two big guys to take out Nikola Jokic. It didn't work in game 1. Who cares? Off we go. Give me Denver. Absolute smashing. -10, $2.20.
Yep.
Alex, what do you got?
The other Champions League game, Inter Milan take on Benfica.
Ooh.
Winner of this will take on AC Milan after they knocked off Napoli this morning, which was a massive upset as far as the team at CodeBet were concerned because a few of us had a couple of dollars on Napoli at big odds to win the whole damn thing.
Napoli futures.
Yeah, gone. Another beat. At least we didn't make the final and get rolled. That would have been worse. I'm happy now. It's like, oh, well, I lost. Whatever. Inter Milan to win at home against Benfica. They're unbeaten in their 4 games against Benfica. But here's the thing that makes this game a bit weird. Inter have lost their last 3 at home in all comps, which is a bit worrisome. But Benfica have lost their last 3 as well. And it's just like, and you guys are both in the quarterfinals of the Champions League? It's the Chelsea of Italy and Portugal. Had to get the drive-by in there somehow.
Stats guy's just like sitting at home, leg up, just going, what just happened? I'm just like, come on, man.
What's going to rub it is his mate Romelu Lukaku, who Chelsea is still paying some of his salary because he's still on their list, could damn well score here for Inter against Benfica. Them to just win at $2.10, I think it's a good bet because the thing is they're not just going to sit back and let it all happen. It's sort of like what AC Milan did today was take the game up, even though they're ahead on aggregate.
What was the aggregate in this one?
It's like 1-0, 2-0.
1-0.
Yeah, not a lot. Like not a lot in it, which could very easily turn. But Inter, after going away to Benfica and winning that first leg, should have too much at home. But it's like, it's not a game that I'm super confident about. But of these ones, given I've already talked about the Man City, I thought better wrap it up and give us a tip with Inter.
Nice one. Champions League, AFL, NBA, it's all going on. And just wait, because we're going to have what? NRL, AFL, EPL shows all this week as well.
Yep,
Absolute chaos.
They're coming.
But that's it for CodeBet Daily for today. We'll be back on deck tomorrow. Who knows if Stats Guy will join us.
He's just sent through a message. I think he misses us too much. He'll be back.
That's all right. He'll be in a stretcher, wheelchair.
I can't wait to
Just
see
wheel him in.
Crutches guy.
Hannibal Lecter, like just on one of those trolleys.
Do you reckon he'll be in a
just
moon
roll him
boot?
in. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Just kick him as he walks past. Ah!
Have a nice trip.
Tough scenes. Anyway, get right around the show, of course. Subscribe on your podcast app, not up.
Yeah.
Like, review, and star it. Chuck us a follow across all the socials. YouTube, Facey, IG, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch.
all of
Make Leo earn his keep.
Leo's back. He has to pay for his weekend after drinking 18,000 West Ends over the weekend.
He's more West End Brewery than boy.
Yeah.
There you go. But I guess that's it. Send any questions. Off you go. Go nuts. And that's all we've got. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, thanks, man.
What do we say?
Gamble responsibly.
Nice one. All right. Thanks to Geraldinho, of course, over there as
Looking
well.
good today too.
Looking sharp. Always with his producer hat. The Steven Spielbergo vibes are pretty awesome. All right. May all your picks come in. Happy punting. We will catch you in a bit. CodeBet Daily. Out.
chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.